So I like to start my day just being thankful to God for waking me up. And then I immediately hop on YouTube. I will turn on something that's going to be motivational, business wise, while I'm doing my hair and my makeup. Typically, like self improvement channels or even just like relationship improvement or something like that while I am doing my makeup and doing my skincare routine. Currently, some of my favorites to listen to are Dan Coe, Victoria Fash, Abraham Hicks, Ralph Smart. And again, I just like to start my day listening to something that's going to, give me enlightenment, that's going to increase my confidence and give me a little bit of information. So the hardest decision I make every day is deciding between which apron I am going to wear. So I have a black one that says laughter is the best cosmetic, the a pink one, and then the black one is actually reversible. So today I went ahead and threw on that black one and it says love your brows. And we're going to go ahead and head to work, guys. Right now I want to talk about fear, procrastination, and how I should have been consistent with my content and everything like that years ago. But it was my worry about picking and deciding upon a niche that like held me back for so long. And in my mind, it's just like this expectation of perfection and not wanting to, I guess, the fear of sharing and then wondering if what I'm sharing isn't what I'm supposed to be sharing, or if what I'm sharing is relevant to, my business goals and everything like that. But in the time frame of me worrying about all of this, things that are basically out of my control, I could have been bringing people along for the journey because that's more relatable, right? Like that's more relatable than someone who has already arrived that's speaking to their people from a place of having done it already. You know what I mean? Like there is a lot of stuff I can look back and tell my younger self, like myself in my 20s, of like what I've learned and everything like that, and I'm sure I'll share more about that. But just like even being in those years, like I'm sure someone would have related to me about, the presence of fear and like, but still going after your heart, still seeking, yourself. I could have brought people along for the journey, like that would have been relatable. And so I guess what I'm saying is now that's what I'm aiming to do, because I still don't have anything figured out. Like I'm still in the process of discovery, and I guess that's honestly gonna just be a lifelong thing, and it's just something I'm gonna have to get comfortable with, sharing even in the midst of still finding and still pursuing. But there's beauty in the journey, and so that's what I just made my mission statement recently. Like I was like, there's beauty in the journey, and like that's the piece of me that I really want to share. I think it's so easy to look at social media culture and influence and see people who already have everything figured out, but in reality they probably are still working through a lot of things. Regardless of what they have figured out, nothing in life is just 100% for certain. You know what I mean? Nothing in life is that way, and that's the beauty of life, right? God gave us free will, and He gave us the ability to manipulate circumstances and situations in our favor. So I hope this resonates to somebody. I feel like I'm just running my mouth at this point. But hopefully you guys kind of get where I'm coming from. It's a hot one, guys. Okay, so I'm just getting here. I'm just gonna cut on my stuff, my light, and this is my station. Cut on the wax pot. Make sure it's good to go. So we're gonna heat that up and then I'll turn it down. Okay, so I like to go ahead and pull out everything that I'm gonna use for my services for the day and just get my area set up, put away my keys. In the top drawer, I have my business cards, which I pull out. I have alcohol, brush cleaner, my cards, my SMA napkins, my cups for the tent, lamination supplies, and tweezers, scissors, and just kind of everything that I use for my services. So up top here, we're going to see the brushes, which I apply the foundations with. I have alcohol up there, makeup remover, and the powder that I use to do my mapping. I have my checklist here and my consent forms, my barbicide, oil, water, and hand sanitizer, moisturizer for their face if their skin's dry, and my setup for when I do brows. So we're getting started on a tent today. This is actually my coworker, and this is her last day here before she heads back to school. Y'all, she is going to Spain to study abroad. How amazing is that? But anyway, I was so happy to get to work with her. She was such a beautiful and sweet spirit. So we are wishing you safe travels, Sierra. Okay, so I made myself a little to-do list. So I have my hours broken down. I do not have a long shift today, but this is what I'm working with. So I already had an appointment, but first hour, check appointment list and prep for those. Pick and post product of the day. So I'm gonna add that in here. I offer gratis to the employees for learning anything about my line. So when I first come in, I like to look at my schedule and just see what appointments I have for the day. So I've already finished with one. I checked my numbers already, and I need to pick and post a product of the day. I like to do that daily. I like to educate my team on a product that I choose because I feel like if I try to educate them on the entire line, it's just a little bit overwhelming. So today I am going to pick probably a blush. Like, I feel like this look could use a little blush, so I'll add a blush and then I'll tell them about the blush. Okay, so today's product of the day is gonna be Pom Pom from Benefit. It's our blush, and she is gonna be water resistant, non-comedogenic, a very nice matte blush. And I just like to tap it and then tap the excess product off, and then I'm gonna go in just on my cheekbone here to give myself a little color. But they have a really good range even for melanated skin, honey, because you know sometimes it can be a thing trying to find what looks good on us. So just lightly going in with our product. What do you think? Okay, so it never fails that I have somebody come in like 5 minutes before I'm supposed to clock out and like needs an entire service or needs help with something that takes 30 minutes to do. So I'm gonna try and clean up as fast as I can and get out of here because I'm not supposed to be on the clock. I'm gonna take my barbicide to the sink and throw in my trash, and I should be ready to go. Okay, today was literally crazy as heck. So it's only me and one other brow person, and the girl who I was working with, the other brow girl, is leaving the country to study abroad. So she's not gonna be at this location anymore. So they had me come in for a short shift today. Not quite sure why, but it was hectic, so maybe that's why. And whew, I'm gonna be full time, like real deal full time, which is good. And today, y'all, I freaking walked in, had a lamination, and the girl was so sweet. I guess she had been here like before, and she remembered that I mentioned to her about that service, so she came back to get the service. And she mentioned, like, girl, the main reason why I came back was because your reviews. So I checked out my reviews today, y'all, and people are so sweet. I was just like, oh my god, people are so sweet. But I'm glad that people like their service, and I'm glad that people are actually, you know, like messing with the kid. So yes, if y'all are in the Frisco, Texas area and you're needing a brow service, honey, come and see me, okay? We're doing lamination, we're doing tint, we're doing waxing, and I'm learning threading right now, so it's a little rough, but I can remove a little something. It's just gonna take me a little while. But yeah, for those people who, you know, who can't do waxing or whatever, that's gonna be a nice service that we're able to offer them. But today was a good day. It was just crazy, and hopefully I got some footage of like what went on, because it was like a whirlwind, and this was a crazy day for me to even try to film, because it was so much going on. Okay, so I'm looking back at the footage and I realized I did not get everything I wanted to get. So the first hour, like I said, I pretty much come in, I get set up. I like to clean my displays, clean my testers, and just make everything kind of presentable. The second hour, I was lucky enough that, you know, the girl that was working there before me had developed a Rolodex of clientele. So for a while, they didn't have a brow person. So what I've been doing is taking one page out of that book a day, which is like 7 people on the page, and I'll call them and just update them and let them know that I am here. You know, we have a new brow person and they're welcome to come in for services. So that's gotten me a couple clientele. Then my third hour, I usually like to focus on guest assistance and handing out my business card, just making people in the store aware, again, that I am here, I'm offering these services, because a lot of people come into the store and they have no idea that, you know, we offer brow services. So yeah, just letting people know that we're here and we're open to servicing them for all of their brow dreams, honey. And then the last hours, you know, I do my break. I like to organize my displays. I stock and clean my inventory. I like to refill my bottles, refill my implements and my sanitary station with all the cotton pads and everything that I need to perform my services. I reprint off my consent forms if I need more like release forms for people to sign before the service. I clean my chairs and let my manager know if I need to order any new supplies. So again, it's just me recapping. Like I said, that was a crazy day for me to try to film because there was just a lot going on. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully I can bring another one to you guys soon. Bye.